working fluids for vapor compression refrigeration system. A much larger number of working fluid refrigerators are utilized in vapor compression refrigeration system than in vapor cycle. Working fluid refrigerants are utilized in vapor compression refrigeration system than vapor cycle. Power cycle. Ammonia and sulfur dioxide were important in the early days. Let me list the ammonia, and sulfur dioxide were important in the early days of vapor compression refrigeration, but both are highly toxic. And therefore dangerous substances. For many years, the principal refrigerants have been the halogenated hydrocarbons, which are marketed under the trade names Freon and Genarton. Genarton, for example, the chloro-difluoromethan Cl2F2 is known as Freon 12 and Genarton 12. And therefore a refrigerant 12 or R12. This group of substances known commonly as the chlorofluorocarbons. CFCs are chemically very stable at ambient temperature. Stable at T ambient, especially those lacking any hydrogen atom. This characteristic is necessary for a refrigerant and working fluid. These same characteristics, however, has devastating consequence if the gas having leaked from an appliance into the atmosphere spends many years slowly diffusing upward into the atmosphere. There it is broken down, releasing chlorine, which destroys the protective ozone layer of ozone layer. It is therefore of overwhelming importance to use all twice ozone all to eliminate completely the widely used but life-threatening CFCs, particularly R11 and R12, are to deploy suppressant and accident replacement. The CFCs contain hydrogen HCFCs such as R22 have shorter atmospheric lifetime and therefore are not likely to reach the stratosphere before being broken up and rendered harmless. Have shorter atmospheric lifetime. And therefore are not likely to reach the stratosphere. The most desirable fluids called hydrofluorocarbon. HCFCs, hydrofluorocarbon, contains no chlorine at all, but they do contribute to the atmospheric greenhouse gas effect in manner similar to and which is widely used in refrigeration system, has already been banned in many countries. PART11 used in air conditioner, mostly used in air conditioner PART11 is scheduled to be banned in the near future. Some alternative refrigerants, several of which are mixture of different fluids and therefore are not pure substance, so we have old refrigerants, R11, R12, R22, alternative refrigerants. R and R23 CO2, and for this type CO2. There are two important considerations when selecting refrigeration. Two important consideration. The temperature at which refrigeration is needed, and the type of equipment to be used. As the refrigerant undergoes a change of phase during the heat transfer process, the pressure of the refrigerant is the saturation pressure during the heat supply. As described before, low pressure means large specific volume and correspondingly large equipment. Low pressure of refrigeration is higher specific volume and larger device. In practical, the pressure should be well below the critical pressure. For extremely low temperature application, a binary fluid system may be used by cascading two separate systems, P below pre-critical and in the high very low temperature a binary fluid system is used. The type of compressor used has a particular bearing on the refrigerant. Reciprocating compressors are best adapters to low specific volume, which means higher pressure, cascading compressor suitable for low specific volume. High pressure. which with higher pressure, whereas centrifugal compressors are not suitable for centrifugal low pressure. And high specific value. It is also important that refrigerant using the domestic applied be non-toxic. Other beneficial characteristics, in addition to being environmentally acceptable, are visibility with compressor oil, the electric strength, stability, and low cost. Refrigerants, however, have an unfortunate tendency to cause corrosion or give temperature during evaporation and condensation. Not all refrigerants have the same COP for the ideal cycle. It is, of course, desirable to use the refrigerants with the highest COP of the factors permitting. Deviation of the actual vapor compression refrigerant from the ideal cycle is described in the next section.